Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on when you're watching this. It's me, Justin, again. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world and how it relates to your mental health and addiction or recovery in different ways that I can. I'm going to try to make it a short video. I do these from home, and I have a new device which I think I can use today. So, probably shouldn't have written in orange ink. Probably should have written something easy to read, especially in this light. I actually have a flashlight on here. I'm not gonna use it, but it gets in my eyes, and my eyes look like they have red eye, and then I can't really see well. So sorry, you're gonna have to deal with this. And I also turned my hat backwards so you can see my face better. You know, whatever. Okay, so how coronavirus is affecting us, our mental health, our addiction, or our recovery. People in active addiction, addicts that use every day, whether in my case it was heroin. People that are drug addicts tend to use multiple times a day, or as often as they can. Some of them don't eat, some of them do. It depends on how bad someone is. Anyway, so people that depends on getting drugs daily, or get together with others, meeting others to get drugs, going out and about because of their addiction, seeking out drugs, whatever their drug is. I hate using the term drugs because it's so loosely, drugs, that guy's on drugs. Pick one. It's just kind of a stupid stereotype I don't like, so I'm sorry for using that term. And I think one of the cats or dogs is about to come in here. That's how you know this is real. I am at home. Anyway, but just for those of you who are in active addiction, I know it's hard because I was there, but consider how much worse it would be, both detoxing and being around people in jail, if you had to go through that right now with what's going on with the pandemic. I just can't imagine. I mean, I know that it's a risk either way, but that would be horrible. I hope that can help some of you find some motivation to push through and get help. Anyone that is in active addiction, but it is up to you, and you do have to do it for yourself. That is the key. You have to understand that it's causing your life problems. If you've lost children, relationships, property, it's affected your life, and you know that. And it's not a weakness or anything. That people may use it as a weakness, or term it in a way that is weak against you, or I think you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, but it's not. When you accept it and you decide to use that as a turning point, it's not a weakness. That's where it's the strength, and it's hard to face that sometimes, because in some cases that means, some people were right about something and stuff, and you have to face stuff, and maybe you said some stuff, and I don't know. A lot of times it's a hard decision to make. Because you've done it before, you know what it's like. It's scary as hell, and you may need someone to hold your hand. It's just very hard. People often don't understand that. I've heard women say it's more difficult. They'd rather give birth than go through that. Women who have given birth. Obviously, I couldn't say that, but I can believe it. Recovery. Anyone who's in recovery, how fresh is your recovery? Do you have to take maintenance prescriptions right now? What do you do if you have to go out to get that prescription? Especially if you're on methadone, you have to go out every single day to get that methadone. I would love to hear what's going on with methadone programs, if anyone can tell me. I just don't know. I know there's a Suboxone clinic. I actually go to the Suboxone clinic to use them as a therapist just because they're right here. I can see them out my window, so that's the only reason I go to them. But I do not take Suboxone or any maintenance program, and I don't down anyone who does. Some people say you're not sober if you do. You have to decide what sobriety means to you. What it means to me is me being able to function in life. I take Kratom. That's my maintenance, so I don't knock anybody else's maintenance. I also have chronic pain problems and physical injuries and stuff. So I also have other reasons to take it as well, because it is a pain reliever. And it does help with mental health, and I would, honestly, I advocate for it, but I'm not going to advocate for it strongly on this channel because I want to focus on mental health and recovery. However, I will answer your questions to the best of my ability, and if anyone asks about it, I will go into it. But I'm not trying to make this channel to promote any substance or anything like that. But however, whatever sobriety means to you, that's what I support. And you got to be realistic about it. If you still take medications, as long as you're taking those medications as directed, you know, you are the only one that knows if you're taking those to get high or not. It's okay that they feel good when you take it, as long as you're taking it as directed. But if there's a precipice that you know you may reach, I don't know, I'd try something else. I mean, the pain, it sucks, and I know I hated hearing that you have to live with the pain, because I couldn't picture living with the pain. It has gotten better, though, over time, but I can imagine people being in so much pain that they'd kill themselves, because I would have done that. It was horrible. Definitely would have killed myself. I gave myself 1 year to see if the pain was going to get any better, or if I was going to get any prescriptions or anything, because I was just that bit in that much pain. And anyway, that's part of my addiction story, but maybe I'll tell that sometime. I haven't even done that or thought about that. Telemedicine is being done right now. If you are stressed, or you have a problem with your maintenance medicine or something like that, I know you still have to go out every day to get your methadone, as far as I know, but Suboxone is typically something that you can meet the doctor monthly for, maybe weekly on the first visit, but I would imagine they're doing telemedicine to help people right now. I don't know how it is in your area, because I can't look up everyone's area, and I don't know where you're watching from. I wish I could provide you with that information, but I can't realistically do that. But do telemedicine, get your prescriptions, and stay home. What are some of the programs you have for mental health and addiction in your area? Like I said, I can't contact everyone or get the contact info for everyone's areas, so that will be on you, and I wish I could provide that for you guys, because I know how stressful and difficult that can be. I really do wish I could, but I just can't. Do you have mental health maintenance in other ways, or mental health emergencies? Again, my psychiatrist's office, as well as my doctor's office, is offering telemedicine for free. Not for whatever you're paying. It's no additional cost. That's what I mean. And I believe that if you do have for some reason, if you are feeling like you're sick with the coronavirus, or if you have been diagnosed as tested positive for whatever, and I guess they're sending people home to quarantine. Apparently they're not. But please stay home in quarantine if you don't feel good. Do telemedicine for whatever you have, if you don't think it's COVID-19. If you think it's COVID-19, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm sorry. I'm just telling people to stay home because I think they should. But if you got COVID-19, obviously you need to go to the doctor. Follow whatever your rules are. I can't advise you on medical stuff, but use common sense in all all that you do is all I can say. But don't sit there and let yourself die at home if you're not feeling well. Fuck, go to the damn doctor. Don't die, because that's something I said or anyone says. If you feel sick, go to the damn doctor. But especially if you say whatever, don't take my advice on medical CDC shit according to this pandemic right now. I'm not going to get in trouble for anything like that, but I will provide you with whatever information I can on mental health and emergency and other stuff. Emergency mental health care. Like I said, telemedicine, call your mental health provider. That could be your psychologist, your psychiatrist, your therapist, maybe your PCP, your general doctor, I don't know. It's your doctor where you get your medicine from. You may have 2 or 3 doctors if you have specialists. If you have a sponsor for someone who may be in recovery, call them. If they're a good sponsor, sometimes people have sponsors that are a little bit waffly, I guess. I've never had an experience as or with a sponsor. So I really don't really know much about that process, so I need to disclaim that. But I don't see the point in having if you have a sponsor, I hope they're helping you. If it's someone who can help you, excellent. But if it's someone who you're like, man, isn't there a way to get another sponsor? Or maybe approach them in a respectful way and be like, I really care for this person who has been your sponsor, whatever, just in a respectful way. But, I'm looking for someone who maybe is a little bit more on my level. You don't have to explain yourself. If they're sitting there and telling you to explain yourself, just tell them, it's just something that I'm feeling. I very much respect this person. They've helped me, but I feel like I need some help that, word it how you want. I don't know what you're thinking, but if you need someone to sponsor you and have a sponsor that isn't being very helpful, I've read stories about this. People had sponsors that had total disagreements with them on what sobriety was and would threaten to drop them because they were on Suboxone or something like that. Some people's definition of sobriety is very much too textbook and black and white and fire and brimstone for me. Sometimes people need a hand. Person on the street, maybe they lost their job for whatever reason. You look at them as some worthless homeless person who doesn't want to do nothing, but maybe they actually just lost their job recently. You never know anyone's story. You never know how anyone got there or anything like that. So, where was I freaking going with this? Anyway, make sure you feel helped by your sponsor. This is for you and your well-being anyway. So, politely try to find another sponsor. And again, I don't really know much about how to go about getting sponsors or anything like that, so that I don't have much experience in. I didn't do much NA or AA, although I definitely qualified. I was uncomfortable with those settings, and I'm trying to provide an alternative for people who feel like I do about those types of settings and setups, really. And I like to help people who are agnostic, atheist, believers or non-believers. I will help everyone, but I'm not going to force anyone to say that they need to believe in something they can't see or anything like that, because some people just that doesn't help some people. I have a different approach. NA and AA is great. If it works for you, great. Spread the word. It helps a lot of people, but there's a niche that I'm in and that I know others are in who don't fit in that kind of category. Anyway, make sure that you're getting help because it's for you anyway. That's why you need to make sure that your sponsor or your psychiatrist or your doctor is helpful to you. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me. I can find information for you to do research and stuff like that, but as far as, I know you can't, go around doctor shopping or anything like that, but you can have a disagreement with your doctor. I had one a year ago, a little over a year ago, actually, and I ended up dropping that doctor, and when I moved to Colorado, I was very happy that I went to a different doctor who put me back on the medication that I knew I needed to be on. I also do take lorazepam, but I've been taking that for 15 years as a prescription and as prescribed, and I don't need that prescription taken away from me because I've never had a problem with that prescription. That's another part of what does sobriety mean to you. I can take that prescription because I need to take it. I've taken it 15 years. I took it today, this morning. Do I look high or anything? No. So, I also smoked some pot today too. So, I also, like I said, what does sobriety mean to you? If you need marijuana to get through the day, but it keeps you off harder drugs, great. It's legal if it's legal in your state. I hope it will be soon if you need it. Hopefully it'll become federally legal soon too. I'm not going to advise people on that stuff though. I'll try not to. I may do a different channel on something like that, but I don't want to mix that kind of stuff with just the pure, direct kind of help that I'm hoping to give to people that is just blunt and direct. It's often, people often don't like to hear it, but anyway. Look out for yourself. You're the only one that'll look out for yourself in the end. As long as you're alive, you will be there to look out for yourself. But if you don't look out for yourself, why would anyone else? If they see that you accept less than, at least the basics for yourself, they're not going to be concerned about you either, because they will see you as someone who is just okay with that. No one's okay with that. They are barely getting by. I know I was. When I was living like that, I'm still barely getting by. People are barely getting by. And, anyway. I hope that you all enjoyed or learned from my talk here. I'll try to do these discussions as often as I can, but again, as I've said, I don't have internet access right now. I would love to be able to get a computer to be able to manage these things much better. And I will accept donations that I will use for this page as well, if anyone's interested in it. I've still got to set up this new page, which I've made for the mental health and addiction, blah, 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 etc. channel. Because I did accidentally start uploading to my personal YouTube channel, which it's fine. I just got to transfer the videos now over to the mental health and addiction channel that I created, which I initially meant to do, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I apologize for the switch there. Please subscribe to this channel, because I need subscriptions on this channel. The more subscriptions I get on this channel, the more I can do with the channel, and I can make it much easier to navigate and much easier for you guys to get your information that I can find for you. If you find it helpful, please subscribe, and please tell others to subscribe, because this is new for me, and it's a new idea that I feel as there's a need that needs to be addressed in the world that's not met, and I'm hoping to try to put some light in that direction. Thanks, and please subscribe, and tell your mama to subscribe too. Thanks.